Hello friends, this is Durga again from IT University, a one-stop shop to learn all the technologies. We are in the middle of Big Data Certifications workshop, and we have already finished Scoop, and we are talking about Hive. And as you guys are aware, this is the backup for my live audience, but who are paid customers. But I'm streaming to YouTube so that anyone who are interested can follow and learn. As part of that process, if you need environment to practice, you can go to labs.itversity.com, and these are the plans. You can sign up for one of these plans and start practicing big data by following the content on my channel, website, etc. And as part of your learning process, even though I might not be able to answer your questions on live chat on YouTube, you can always go to discuss.itversity.com, a forums-based website which is managed by ITversity, and there are army of volunteers who are actually responding to the questions. Okay, so you can learn using my lab and the forum to learn. Even if you are not, even if you have not signed up for the lab, still you can ask your questions on discuss.itversity.com, and we'll be glad to respond to your questions. That being said, let me set up the WebEx session, and then we'll start talking about Hive. Hello friends, I am back. I'm starting the recorder, and also I'm sharing my screen. And as part of this second half of our training sessions, we have already completed Scoop, and we are in the middle of Hive. With respect to Hive, we have covered DDL and DML in detail, and today we'll be starting with SQL or HiveQL. HiveQL is nothing but SQL, and we will start with that. Okay, so first let us try to understand the syntax. Okay, here I am on the lab already. To launch the Hive, you can use Hive as you have been doing with while exploring DDL and data load commands or DML. Same way you can launch Hive, and then you can switch to the database. And then you can run show tables command to list the tables. Okay, so so let us understand that Hive is primarily evolved from or developed by MySQL folks who have exposure to MySQL, because MySQL is an open source database, and MySQL is a multi-tenant database, which means on one MySQL installation you can have a number of databases. Similar is the case with Hive. So there are so many similarities between MySQL and Hive. Okay, only difference is MySQL is a traditional RDBMS, and Hive is a Hadoop or big data based database. There are differences also, but syntax is more in line with MySQL. If you already have exposure to MySQL, it will be pretty straightforward for you. Even for others, it's pretty straightforward, but but you see few differences. When it comes to Oracle, you don't log in and run show databases to list the databases. You use different commands. To switch to the database, there is no concept like that in Oracle or some other databases. But with Hive and Postgres, you can switch to any database using use command. Okay, so there are few similarities between MySQL, few more or additional similarities between MySQL and Hive, not just from the select query point of view, but how you navigate through the database. It follows MySQL standard. Okay, so there is a I think you should be done by now. I spent 2 sessions right on that. I hope you guys should be done now. Everyone should be done this exercise by now, so that you can follow my tasks going forward. Few people actually confirmed, like Rauf have confirmed that he have completed the exercise. I didn't get a chance to validate, but I will do. Anyway, when you start running the queries going forward, you will come to know. That's fine, Ravindra. It's not that mandatory to complete everything by now, because it will take time to evolve, to explore all the queries. but at least try to finish it off, because there are few dependencies when it comes to performance tuning and all. I will try to use these things to explain the differences in the performance by running the queries in different manner. Okay, Ravindra, sure, we can discuss. Oh, okay, you could not means, do you have any issues, technical issues while creating the final one? If that is the case, I will troubleshoot and get the things done. If it is not technical, okay, then let me know what the issue is. We will take it now itself. Yeah, yeah.
The date, right? The date stamp, you have complete time stamp like year, month, day, and hours, right?
That is correct.
And it is like a dynamic partitioning, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because so far I could go through. I tried my best actually.
Okay.
How do I get a dynamic partition on the month? I tried to create another column called month, and I tried to. I don't know. I think it didn't happen as I expected. Maybe if anybody was successful, if they can share their solution, I'm very happy to take it. We can discuss in this class also. I'm fine.
Yeah, we can discuss. You just post whatever query you are running. I will. So, have you created the table? Let me connect. Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute. I hope.
Mine is Ravindra underscore fine.
1 minute. He was. What is your account name? Get Ravi, right? Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Use Ravindra final. So which one? Okay, orders partition by month.
Yeah, that last one that was not happened as expected actually.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, partition by order date month. Okay, here you have defined order date as timestamp. Okay. And then.
But we don't have that column, right? Order underscore date month.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Okay.
So we have to add that extra column to the original.
That's correct. So you are using incorrect function. You have to use substring, sub-str. Okay, so there are few things. Okay, so what is the table you are reading from? Orders. So okay, there is orders here. So
Orders.
first, let me see orders. Describe orders, and here order date is timestamp. Okay, select star from orders limit 10. Okay, so first thing what you have to do, select substring. Let us validate whether substring function will work or not. If I just say month of order date from
Month works actually. I have seen it.
okay, let me see. Limit 10. Okay, so it is actually giving only the numeric value month. It is not actually year and month. It's just giving month. Okay, so
Yeah.
even if it works, you should not use this. You have, yeah, because if you think about it, right, month is combination of, yeah, yeah,
You are in a wrong place.
yeah.
In this case, probably I can use year and month is a good idea, right?
Yes, year and month is a good idea. So you can explore. So probably you might have year function also, most likely. So let me run
correct.
here. Okay, so here is giving this one. Okay, and now one more thing you need to remember is even though you can use year and month combination like this, select.
Actually, I think some date function will have a way of configuring the year and month, right? Together.
Yeah, there should be a function. You can explore that.
A way of doing that.
Yeah. So you can explore that. Otherwise, you can also use, see, timestamp can be read as string here. So you can say substring.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I think you can do this, however, look, I have no problem here.
Yeah.
But mine is how we are creating the dynamic partition.
Yeah. So, okay, I will show that. Okay. So here you can see it will give the way we want. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let us run this command. Select. Insert into orders partition. I think your table name is order partitioned by month. Okay, orders partitioned by month.
Yes.
Okay, and then
yeah, but mine is partitioned by integer I gave, right? I think we should make it string or something. We have to change the create statement too.
Okay. Yeah, we can actually convert. That's fine. Okay, it's not a problem. Yeah. So let me show you. So here I can copy till here. Okay, and then substring order date 1,7. Okay, and we have to replace hyphen, or what we can do is 1,4, which will give the year. Okay, and concatenate with substring order date 6, 2. Okay, so we want to get 2 characters starting from 6th. Okay, and then I have to cast this one to integer. Okay, this is how.
But it will say, no, you did not give any space or anything, right? Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Order month, and then from orders. So there is some issue. Let us figure it out. I think.
Yeah, I think I exactly got this error actually.
Let us see.
Then,
I think it's more of a syntax issue. Okay, so let me run this first. You got the same okay, let me try this.
This
1 minute, okay.
that's how I remember actually.
Yeah. So it's more of a concatenation issue. So we need to identify what is the concatenation.
No. Mine was I was using month date directly, month on order date.
Yeah.
I was not using cast or something.
Yeah. That's
my
correct.
approach was different.
Yeah. So this will work. Okay. So from orders limit 10.
Concatenate, do you think it is comma?
Yeah. Concatenate, it's comma. So let me check the syntax. Yeah, it's comma. So concat. Okay, I know what the problem is here. Int. Yeah. Okay, so this is the one which we have to use. Okay, now we can run this. So here, order month equal to null contains non-partition columns.
Yeah, this is error I got it.
Okay.
Non-partition column. Yeah.
So in that case, let me describe formatted. First, let me describe orders. Okay, and then describe orders partitioned by month. So you have 5 columns. That's fine. And then describe formatted okay, there is nothing over here. So let me see. Insert into orders partition by month, partition order month. Okay, I know the problem. So your data have the issue. Okay. So the source data which you are querying have the issue. Select star from orders. Looks fine. Select distinct. So I'm checking whether I'm validating for data issues. Okay, it should give 12 values. Okay, so it 13 is fine. It looks good.
Non-partition column. And you see partition set order underscore month equal to null. So are we sending any null anywhere?
No, you can see here, right? There are no nulls.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look into my GitHub code. No, that is different, Rohit. It will comply with a different error, but let us see. Okay, I am just trying to run these commands which are given by Rohit. Okay, so that is not the issue here. Okay, now let me go to my GitHub code. Probably the syntax might be incorrect. Hadoop, EW, Cloudera, Hive. It is correct. So have you added any partitions after creating the table?
No, I have not added any part. Because the thing is, we are looking for dynamic partitions, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. 1 minute. I think I got the problem. Describe orders and describe. Okay, here it is. So you have typecast to order date month. Sorry, the idea should be order date month, not order month. Okay, and yeah, so your column name is incorrect. So here we are using, here we can give anything.
So what I
Here it's not a big deal.
see what?
Yeah, as part of the,
Okay, here I have to use the same name,
no, no,
because it's the name I created, right?
no, you have created with order underscore date underscore month. So as part of the partition clause, you need to specify that partition column name. You are specifying order underscore month.
Got it. That's why
Yeah. Now it will work. So this is,
I have to make order underscore date underscore month, right?
yeah, here you can give anything. So this is as part of the select query.
Insert into is where
Yeah, here you made a mistake. You are giving the name which does not exist. You have order underscore month, but if I describe on order partition by month, the partition column is order date month. Whereas as part of the insert command, you have given order month. So it's a syntax issue.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, now it worked.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Yeah. So any other issues, folks? Before we move on, I will just take a minute break. I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm back. Let me see if there are any questions. There are no questions. So now let us move on to the select. Okay. So the query language. So yeah, as you guys are aware, ANSI is the de facto standard for SQL, right? So Hive also uses ANSI, especially when it comes to joins. It matters a lot. You should use only ANSI notation in Hive. You cannot use Oracle notation where you can give plus. For example, if I have to do outer join on orders and order items, I can say like this: orders O, comma, order items Y. This is in Oracle you can do it where O dot order ID equal to OI dot order item order ID. In Oracle you can do it. Okay. So if you have any such kind of queries with joins, and if you want to migrate to Hive, you have to understand that those queries will not work as is, and you have to refactor. Okay. So this is one of the main difference between traditional RDBMSs and Hive when it comes to syntax. Hive only follows ANSI syntax, and even within ANSI syntax, there are certain limitations which are being worked upon. For example, you might have heard about exists query as part of your where condition. You can say exists in traditional RDBMS. If you try to use exists here, it will not work. You cannot use exists in Hive. So there are certain limitations, but more or less the syntax is same. I will talk about those differences as we proceed. Okay. So the most fundamental way of running a query is just start from orders. And as I have been mentioning, if you have too much of data and if you just want to preview the data, you have to use limit operator. So limit 10 will give only 10 records, limit 100 will give 100 records. Okay, so let us see limit 10. So if you want to filter any data, for example, in this case, I just want to get count of all completed and closed orders. What I will do, I have to use count a function to count number of rows, but I have to filter for complete and closed orders. Okay, for that I can use where condition. So select count of one from orders where here I want to get count of both complete and closed orders. So here I can say where order status equal to complete or order status equal to closed. So while explaining these things, I will also try to explain how the execution actually happens. How the execution happens, I will come to that, Savita. So I'm getting into some of the basics because there are few guys who just started their career, who are early in their career. So I'm going from the basics, and I will try to cover as much as possible from SQL context also. Okay. So here, first let us understand how the query actually execute. Okay, irrespective of the underlying database and data processing framework uses, the way the data will be processed is whenever you issue a query, first whatever you have specified in the from clause, it will try to read the data from there. Okay, if it is traditional RDBMS, if there are you might have heard about indexes, and if there are indexes associated with the tables, then it will take particular path. But in our case, we don't have any indexes on our tables. We haven't created any indexes. So whatever is there in orders, it will try to read everything from the table into memory, and then as we have where condition in the query, it will apply this logic. Okay, so for each and every once it reads the entire data into the memory of multiple nodes in the cluster, it will start applying the logic of order status equal to complete or order status equal to closed. Okay, and then it will filter out all the other records which are not complete and closed, and it will get those records, and then it will go to the select clause and perform the count on top of it. Okay, so the way it will execute is like this. From orders, if you have to write pseudocode for this, it will be like this. Read orders. So it has to read everything into memory, and then filter for completed and closed, and the output of this filter will be the data which will be only in completed and closed, others will be discarded, and then on that output perform the count, and then it will give the count. So it will actually execute in this order. First it will go to the from clause and identify what all tables it is being read. For simple queries like this, where only one table is involved, it will directly get the data and apply the where conditions, filter out the data, and if you want to do further processing by using group by having etc., we will see those things later. If you don't have those things, in this case we don't have anything like that, so whatever output comes out of this will actually go through this count function and we'll get the results. Okay, so now we are only looking for two statuses, or complete and closed, but if there are hundreds of statuses in the data, especially let me take another example for that. Let me run this query. So there are 30,455 completed and closed orders. Okay, and if you go to order items, now there are 6 columns, and I want to get count of all the records satisfying 10 different product IDs. Okay, if I just want to, I have 10 product IDs and I want to see how many order items are placed for that product, for those 10 product IDs. If we keep on adding or like this for 10 different products, it will be clumsy, it is not very readable. And also, if you think about application development, right, yeah, sometimes you might want to get the count for 4 orders, sometimes you might want to get for 10 different orders, sometimes you might want to get it for 100 different orders. And if you want to use OR condition like this, your logic will become a lot more complicated. For that reason, we tackle the problem in different manner. For now, let's take the example of we always pass 10 different product IDs and we want to get the count of them. So instead of using OR clause, we can also use in. I'm again using orders only here, but I have explained that the order items because order item product ID have n number of products. So just to make it clear for you about how you think, I have given the example of order items earlier, but to demonstrate the in clause, I'm using orders itself. Okay. So here you can say in the brackets, you can give as many different statuses you want to give with comma separated. Okay, and this query and the previous query is same. If you run this, it will also give 30,450 records or 455 records. That is about in clause. Okay, earlier in the earlier versions of Hive, as part of the in clause, you cannot actually give select query. I think in the latest version they have fixed that. and you can give the select query as part of the in clause. We will see that later. Don't worry too much about it. So depending upon different filter criteria, first you need to understand the requirement about how you want to filter the data, and you have to understand all the operators that are available. One is OR for the example given. There could be a few more. Now if I go to order items again, okay, in this case I want to get let me just select star from order items limit 10. I'm trying to give a little bit more complex example here. So here you can see there are different product IDs: 957, 1073, 502, 403, 897, 365, 502, etc. And these are the order item product IDs. Okay, so let's say I want to get all the unique orders, okay, which placed products 957, 1073, 502, and 403, and 897. And also I want to check the count only if the number, this is quantity, the fourth field is quantity. So let me reiterate this. This one is order item order ID. This one is order item, sorry, this one is order item ID, which is primary key. This one is order item order ID, which is foreign key to order items, orders order ID. Okay, so each order can have multiple order items. In this case, you can see this order 2 have 3 order items. Okay, and then this is product ID, this is quantity, this is the product price, sorry, this is the subtotal, this is the product price. So in this case, if you look at this, you have quantity as 5 for product ID 502, and 5 into 50 is 250. So this is actual product price, and this is actual subtotal. So now I want to get count of count from order items where order item product ID in 957, 1073, 502, 403, and I want only those orders where quantity is greater than 1, means where multiple order items are placed for whatever reason. There is no, it's just a hypothetical example, so there is no concrete logic behind it. I just want to show different options in the where clause, how you have to execute. So in this case, problem statement is get the count of order items under these 5 product categories, products where the quantity is greater than 1. So in this case, we have a Boolean operator called AND. Okay, earlier we have used OR before we used IN. In this case, we want to get all the order items, count of all the order items where order item product ID in these 5 products and order item quantity greater than 1, and hit enter. Okay, very good suggestion from Savita. We can actually set this to give the column names at the top. Okay, now there are 16,944 orders within those 5 products, order items within those 5 products where the count is greater than 1. Overall, there are 172,000 records. Okay, and out of them, 16,944 actually satisfies our condition. So let me set this command, set this. That way we can actually get the column names for the fields, but data will be a little bit out of format. Probably there might be a way to fix this also, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so here this is order item ID, this is order item order ID, and so on. You have to be a little bit careful while matching these two things. Okay, so we will pause here because I need to drive home to take the afternoon class. I cannot extend very long. So we'll continue from here. I will give simple tasks while exploring SQL further. As I have mentioned, I will spend enough time. It will be like 8 to 10 hours purely on Hive QL. And I will make sure that you are competent enough in Hive. Okay. So I will be giving tasks also while explaining these things, and you can perform on the fly. It will be like 2 to 5 minutes task. And if you run into any issues, I will clarify and we will move on. Okay. That being said, we'll catch up on Thursday and we'll continue on Hive QL. And that being said, thank you very much for joining today's session. Have a nice one. Bye. So those who are on Google Hangout, thank you very much for joining the session. As I have mentioned earlier, if you want environment to practice, you can use labs with the plans I have. And if you like the content of this video, you just have to click on like here. And if you want to share with your friends, you can just click on this and share on your social networking platforms. And as I have mentioned to you earlier, even though these are primarily paid classes, you can learn for free. And if you have any questions, you can go to discuss.itversity.com and start logging the questions over there. That being said, thank you. Bye.